All right, let's just jump right into it. Today, we're talking about something ancient gold. I mean, it's one of the oldest forms of money on the planet, but we're looking at it through a really modern lens, a new technology that wants to make it as easy to spend as, sending a text. We're going to get into how you bridge that massive gap between a physical gold bar and your digital wallet. For literally thousands of years, this gold has been the bedrock of wealth. It's the ultimate anchor, right? The ultimate store of value. It's kind of immune to the decay that hits so many government issued currencies. It's stable, it's timeless, and pretty much everyone on earth agrees it has value. But here's the big question, the paradox of it all. For all that stability, for all that value, why can't you buy a coffee with it? I mean, you can't just walk into a cafe and shave off a little gold flake for a latte, right? So in our modern world, gold has this huge utility problem. It's super valuable for sure, but it's just not that useful day to day. And that's really the heart of what we're digging into today. It's this fundamental clash between stability and utility. You've got this ancient, super stable asset on one hand, and then you have the modern world demanding fast, liquid, digital everything on the other. So, how on earth do you make something so physical, so real work in a world that runs entirely on data? Yeah, this really lays it out perfectly. On one side, you got gold as the anchor. It's secure, it's a store of value, but man, is it a liquid. It's a pain to store. It has high premiums. It's just slow. And on the other side, the engine, the modern economy that needs things to be fast, liquid, and accessible from anywhere in the world. And physical gold just can't offer that. These two things have always been at odds, well, until now, maybe. So, what's the solution? Well, you have to build a bridge, right? A physical to digital bridge. And the idea here is to create what's called a digital twin for a real asset. And let's be clear, this isn't just another paper gold scheme. The whole point is to give a real physical piece of gold a digital life, but one that never ever loses its connection to that thing in the real world. And the company behind this particular bridge is Blackweb. What their protocol does is create this high fidelity one-to-one digital twin of these physical serialized gold notes called Goldbacks. So every single digital token you hold is a direct claim on a specific real piece of gold, the kind of thing you could actually hold in your hand. Now, this right here is the absolute key. The token you own isn't just a number that represents the value of gold. No, no. It's a cryptographic title deed. The best analogy is the deed to your house, right? When you hold that piece of paper, you own the house. Same idea here. Owning that digital token means you literally own the actual physical gold. Okay, so here's the whole cycle of value, how it all works from start to finish. Step one is entry. You exchange your digital dollars for one of these digital title deeds, and that locks real gold into a vault. Then step two, fluidity. Suddenly your gold is liquid. You can trade it, transfer it, spend it globally in milliseconds. And then finally, step three, redemption. You always have an exit. You can choose the liquidity door to cash out back to dollars. Or, and this is the cool part, the sovereignty door to get the actual physical gold delivered right to you. All right, so that's the big picture, but how does the technology actually work? I mean, how do you build this so-called architecture of trust? How can you be absolutely sure that the digital twin is always 100% linked to its physical counterpart? Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Well, it all has to start with the physical asset, and this system is interesting. It doesn't use your typical gold bars. It uses these things called Goldbacks, and they're these discrete notes with precise amounts of 0.999 fine 24 karat gold embedded right in them. They're hyperfractionalized down to like 1/1000th of an ounce. And here's the kicker. Each note has a unique serial number for verification, plus a bunch of anti-counterfeiting features like micro printing. This makes them absolutely perfect for creating a verifiable digital twin. Okay, so that's the physical side. On the digital side, this is all built on Solana using a really advanced token standard called Token 2022. Now, what makes this a big deal? Well, it lets you build complex logic. Think fees, compliance checks, all that stuff directly into the token itself. That means the rules can't be bypassed. It's a massive security upgrade from older standards that needed external programs to handle this, which, could always be a point of failure. And this table just lays it all out crystal clear. Look at the difference between the old way and the new token 2022 architecture. See where it says transfer logic, legacy tokens needed an external program. Token 2022, it's got native transfer hooks. Fees used to be manual, now they're native. This isn't just a small upgrade for something as important as a gold-backed asset, moving that logic into the core of the token itself. That is an absolute game changer for security. Okay, so the tech sounds solid, but look, all of this is great in theory, but any system that backs the digital asset with a real one, it lives and dies on one single thing, proof, not promises. You can't just say, trust us. The gold is there. You have to prove it, and you have to prove it all the time automatically, which of course brings us to the $1,000,000 question, right? How do the person holding the token, actually know the gold is in the vault? How do you get around that age-old problem of just having to trust some company or some institution? How do you automate that trust? The answer is something called an automated solvency check. It works in 3 simple steps. First, a decentralized Oracle network. Think of it like a secure messenger that can't be tampered with. It goes and asks the custodian's secure API, hey, how much gold do you actually have? Then step 2, an on-chain program takes that number and compares it to the total supply of digital tokens. And step 3, the most important part, if those numbers don't match up, if the holdings are even a tiny bit less than the token supply, a circuit breaker flips and automatically halts everything. No more minting, no more burning. It freezes the system to protect everyone. And this all boils down to one simple, unbreakable rule. It's the invariant that holds the entire system together. Vault holdings must always be greater than or equal to the token supply. That's it. It's a law written in code, and what it does is completely prevent fractional reserve banking. You simply cannot create a token out of thin air. It's impossible by design. So we've got the unique physical asset, we've got the cutting edge digital tech, and we've got the automated proof. So what's the payoff for users and merchants? Well, it all comes back to that first question. It's about creating gold that you can actually spend. Let's talk about merchants first. The benefit for them is just massive. Right now, they're paying 2 to 3% in interchange fees on every single credit card transaction. With a system like the Black Web protocol, they pay the tiny Solana network fee. We're talking less than a cent, plus the transparent protocol fee of around 0.5%. That is a huge difference. That's real money going straight back into their business. And for you, the user, it's basically a return to sound money, but with all the conveniences of the digital age. You can actually spend your gold on everyday purchases using things like Solana Pay. You can send it anywhere in the world in seconds for fractions of a penny. And you always have that trump card in your back pocket, the option to redeem it for the real physical gold. So let's look at how that sovereignty door actually works. It's the ultimate guarantee. When you decide you want your physical gold, you start a redeem request in the app. This does something called burning your tokens. It destroys them on the blockchain forever. That burn creates a public verifiable record. It's like a digital receipt that automatically tells the custodian, hey, this person just destroyed their claim. You need to ship them their physical Goldbacks. And then the physical gold arrives right at your doorstep. So the big takeaway here, what we're really looking at is a fundamental transformation of gold itself. It's going from this passive static store of wealth, basically a shiny brick sitting in a vault somewhere, and becoming a liquid programmable currency, gold that can finally move at the speed of the internet. And that leaves us with a pretty fascinating thought to end on. We've just walked through how this works for gold, but what if you apply the same idea, the same model of creating a verifiable digital twin to everything else? I mean, think about it. What if every real world asset, from real estate to fine art to barrels of oil, had a digital twin like this? What would that world even look like?